Welcome back. This is the Bird's Eye View. I'm here with Mr. Krow.
Hey, everybody.
And I'm the War Duck. And so, as always, we find headlines that we think are kind of interesting, or we think that, people probably should know some of this stuff. And one of the ones that we unearthed this time was about Joe Biden's $1 trillion infrastructure bill. So the thing is I don't know if people really realize, like, when these bills come up, how big they are. And the thing is these people that voting on it, they
can't read everything.
Yeah. So
I think with this one too, there was a short time limit, wasn't there? Like it was a certain.
Well, there was a lot of, because it was 3 trillion, right? So they were negotiating and all this stuff. So let's just this thing is 2,700 pages long.
Yeah. It's a book.
2,700 pages.
Yeah, that's for people who don't do the math in their head. It's 2,700. There's a comma in there,
so
because we exceed the 3 digits.
You read a book; it's got 700 or 800 pages in it.
Oh yeah.
This is 2,700 pages of bullshit and legislature and all this other stuff. Where I imagine it'd take you probably 5 pages before you were asleep. But one of the things that was found in here that people may not have known, or the people that voted on passing this may not have even known, is Biden snuck a mandatory backdoor kill switch on your car.
Yeah, this caught me off guard. I was going to also tell you something, Duck, as a comparison. If you read all of the Harry Potter series, all of them, that's 3,400 pages. This is all. So in comparison, you are reading 8 years worth of Harry Potter in a budget that's worth trillions. Okay, so now, let's get to this.
All right, 2,700 pages. You can see it right there. Now, Georgia Representative Bob Barr, he brought this up because he doesn't think that many people, if at all, knew about it, and especially the people that voted to pass it didn't know about it. And
I don't think they had time. To be able to read it all.
So he says, let's spell it out for you. By 2026, so 4 years and a few days, vehicles sold in the U.S. will be required to automatically and silently record various metrics of driver performance, and then make a decision, absent any human oversight, whether the owner will be allowed to use their own vehicle. Even worse, the measure goes on to require that the system be open to remote access by authorized third parties at any time. Okay.
OnStar, for example.
No, worse than OnStar. Because think about this.
For sure.
Think about what this says. Let's say you were late and you were speeding. You got to work. You get off work at 8 o'clock at night. You're tired. You're annoyed. You go back. You get in your car. And the algorithm decides, you know what? You drove like an asshole on the way here. You can't use your car.
You can't use your
car is no-go. Your car won't start because an algorithm said no. That's it. Your car's done. You can't go nowhere. You gotta call a cab, or you gotta you know. This is go ahead.
It's crazy. I'm just thinking, like, these are computer programs, right? They're very precise. People always blame technology. Oh, it's not working right. It's not doing it. No, it's doing what it was told because the programmer built it that way. So how is this possibly going to, like in Duck's case example, it's, you know what? You kind of drove insane. You're dangerous. Now you can't use your car. And now you're going to be even more annoyed.
Another part of this is not only does it make every vehicle a potential tattletale, possibly for reporting minor traffic infractions like slight speeding, forgetting to wear your seatbelt, then that it reports to authorities or insurance companies.
Yep.
But here's the thing. If it's open to third party, okay, so the internet, Amazon servers, those are not open to third party access, but yet they get hacked and attacked all the time. Yep. Right? So what happens if you're on the freeway and whatever third party access gets hacked and they just decide, you know what, I'm going to shut down everybody's car. You're driving 75 down the speedway, which in my state is speed limit, and all of a sudden your car shuts off. Yeah. Done. Right? Accident, death, people running into you, God knows what.
Yeah, or, you're going to have a lot of,
Or it's snowy outside, your car got a little out of control, you caught it, and your algorithm says, oh, you're driving bad.
You're
Shut
drunk.
Your car off.
You're drunk.
Yep, you're drunk. Shut your car off. Now you're 30 miles away in the winter storm and your car don't run.
Yeah.
That
one scares. That one scares me.
This is all kinds of ridiculously bad idea. No, okay, so when I first got to Arizona, they had these things that were they call them red light cameras.
Yep.
Okay, so if you ran a red light, it would take a picture of multiple angles, and then it would mail you a ticket.
Yep.
Okay, so there was a lot of contention because if the light was yellow and you crossed the line and then it turned red after you were halfway through the intersection, what part is that illegal?
Yeah.
Right? And so people were getting mailed tickets all the time and all that stuff. So it went to court. They lost. It went to the Arizona Supreme Court. It was upheld. And it was deemed unconstitutional because it violated the Fifth and the Sixth Amendment, or at least the Sixth Amendment. And so the Fifth Amendment is right to not self-incriminate, and the Sixth Amendment is the right to face one's accuser. And because of that, because it was just some camera and not a person, and that person wasn't showing up to court to testify, it got thrown the hell out, and they no longer can use them. And then that went around a lot of the states. And so I don't think any state, I may be wrong, but I believe there's no more red light cameras in any states. I know they're no longer allowed here in Arizona, and I think Wyoming definitely was another one that was using them. So
I'm looking it up. So yeah, keep going. I'm looking it up.
So what they want now is the ability for your car to say, oh, you're speeding. But here's the question. My state, my speed limit is 75. What if I go to your state because I'm traveling? Oh, or worse, your state where it's a lower speed limit, you come to Arizona and you're trying to drive 75 and your car's like, oh my God, this guy's driving 10 miles over the speed limit for like 40 miles. We better shut him the hell down. And then report it to his insurance company that he's that we had to shut his car down because he's an asshole driver.
That's what I'm going to start seeing because right now that the self-driving cars, they analyze the lines as well. Mm-hmm. And what happens? I've seen. I mean, just yesterday alone, I was driving behind somebody who I either think he was either really intoxicated, but I don't think he was, or he was falling asleep. I think he was falling asleep.
Or texting.
He was all over. I got next to him a couple times, and both hands were on the steering wheel. Oh. So I don't know. I didn't see him look, but yeah, there was times where I think he was dozing. I think he's just, but he was driving 80 miles an hour, and in Utah the speed limit's 70, and so eventually I got ahead of him, and I just kind of watched from behind. And but yeah, I'm just saying, like you're doing this swaying back and forth. And I know people who drive that way even when they're wide awake, and they're, All
right. So what I heard was Krow say this guy was driving 80 miles an hour, and I got alongside of him, but he slowed down. And then he slowed way down, and I got way ahead of him. I was watching him in the rearview mirror, right? That was your story, right?
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I got.
That's what I thought you said. Okay.
I tried to pull next to him to I was like I was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And he never looked across. I mean, he never. Yeah,
Krow always drives the speed limit, so that guy was
I
driving
do.
well under the speed limit when he passed him.
Oh yeah, he slowed way down. Thanks for covering my Thanks for covering my tracks there.
So this isn't a done deal, but it is a
It's
scary
sketchy.
thought, you know,
It
and
is.
because unless something's done, this will get signed into law and will be a thing that happens. A lot of times there's amendments and parts of these will get thrown out and adjusted and everything. But
I'm kind of curious. How do you think this would work with like criminals, like high speed chases? Are the cops going to be able to?
well, I think that's what I think that
think that's
was
what
the intent, you know. But is that they could just shut down a vehicle at any moment, you know, and say, hey, here's the license plate, just shut it down. You know, authorities, third party access, all of a sudden the car don't run.
Here's the license plate, like as if they can't change license plates.
Yeah. Right? Your license plate gets stolen, you're driving along and
You're driving along, then all of a sudden, like, what the heck happened? Why is he still driving?
I don't know. This is just all kinds of bad that people have access to stuff like this. And the fact that it has remote access is one of the worst parts about it.
I think just going on like in my realm, in my full-time job, you know, I'm in the security realm, deal with hackers and stuff like that. The thing that you bring up, Duck, is exactly the biggest thing that scares me. Is there's people already hacking cars now, and they don't have a remote shutdown. There's people hacking inside the cars and taking control over things now, let alone now you're going to give them control to shut off a car. The world's not that secure.
Well,
there's some smart people out there.
And okay, let's say that it wasn't hacked, right? But let's just say it had an issue, a glitch, and then it just decides that, oh, we're going to trigger everybody shut down at the same time.
Yeah.
Right? Because the power grid never fails or anything like that, right? So I'm sure this would be 100% foolproof. But let's just say it's not. And like it just decides that everything's shutting down all of a sudden. Right? How many cars is that? How many people? That's just, I don't know. This is ridiculously stupid and way overstep with government. The government doesn't need access to this kind of information, for one, because that means it's tracking where you're going and everything.
See, and they already have one of those, our phones, and now they're trying. And this brings up another topic, but I heard that they want to track our checking accounts, our bank accounts, not checking accounts, our banking accounts, and now they also want to track our driving. Yeah. It's a lot of tracking. And they already have a lot of data on you.
And I know some people are going to say that, well, if there's an accident, they get into your car and get metrics and see if you were speeding, if the brakes are applied, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay. If you get into an accident, this is just at any random time they can access your computer, or in fact, it actually transmit data on its own is basically what this is saying. And this is all kinds of bad for just your right to privacy in general, but your right to safety also, because like I said, anytime something has access, third-party access, it's vulnerable to hack.
It's vulnerable.
You know what? The Russian hack. You know they can hack our voting systems, and so.
Yeah, we trust that so much too.
So what do you think? You know, it's like, hey, I want to mess with the United States today. Let me just shut down all the 2026 cars.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is all together bad. But one of the, you know, like this is bad. But I was like, there's 2,700 pages. This was in there. This got brought to the public. What else is in there that we don't even know about?
Yep. That's my questions. What else is in there?
What else is in there? This is government overreach, government overstep, and this is just bad.
I don't sleep well. I would love to flip through this document. Might help me go to sleep.
Yeah, you have sleeping material for about 2,700 days.
At least. It would be so insane reading through that stuff.
All right, so
crazy.
God, this guy, man, I don't know, man. This guy is all about taking away your rights and your privacy and telling you what to do. And I can't get behind somebody telling me this is supposed to be a free country, and now all of a sudden your car isn't even your car. An algorithm decides that it doesn't like your driving, or teaching your kid how to drive, and then you go to work, and all of a sudden, you know what? Last few days, you've been driving like a dick, so shutting you down.
I didn't even think about that. What about teaching a kid how to drive? Like, the algorithm's going to be all screwed up. Like, man, you were slamming on your brakes. You weren't stopping in time. You're stopping way too soon.
Stopping way too hard.
The speed limit's 50 and you're going 35. And, there's all these. When you went around this turn, it was too fast. It was too slow. What? You didn't use your blinker.
Just super scary. So
yeah,
we thought, people should know. This might be something you might want to share, people, get people to see this. Leave a comment, leave a like. Tell us what you think about this. Are you okay with this in your car? Or you were like, hell no? Or is it not a big deal? I mean, let us know. Let us know what you think.
Yeah. For those of the people who are going back to work and at work, this is definitely one of those water topics. What are they called? The water fountain topics. Talk about it. Let us know what your thoughts are.
As long as you're 6 feet away and masked up. Water cooler.
Water cooler. That's what I said. This is a water cooler. This is a water cooler topic. There you go. Thank you.
All right, everybody. We're out of here. Much love all.
Have a good one. Water fountain.